In this episode, Justin and I are going to talk about last night's debates. Now, we're not going to get into why he loves Trump so much, but we will talk about the social activity around the two candidates and what marketers, us, can learn from them. Sound good?
That sounds surprisingly good. Almost as surprised as I am about that comment about me and Trump.
All right. The debates were, let's say, I wasn't surprised by them at all. I think both their teams did an excellent job highlighting the successes in the debates, highlighting the one-liners in the debates, and there were plenty of them. I know the fact-checkers had a field day, but let's just talk about your impressions of Hillary's kind of social activity during the debate.
Well, I thought one of the things that both the social media teams for Hillary and Trump deserve credit for is being prepared. They knew what was going to come up. They knew what was going to happen. They already had the statistics at the ready. They had the graphics at the ready. They had, not necessarily memes per se, but quotables or, pictures of their candidates, with what they're stand for ready to go. And so I thought they both did get really high grades on preparation, because when you're going into a live event where you never know what's going to be said or what's going to happen, having a trove of information at your fingertips and not having to create on the fly is vital.
Yeah, I think they both did an excellent job. I was surprised Hillary was able to keep up with Trump in that respect, because he's usually, he's got a solid social team behind him. I don't know hers as well. I've just studied his because of all the reactions he got early on in the Republican debates. So let's talk about some of the stats. Trump did lead Hillary in terms of share of voice, but if you look at the negative to positive kind of ratio, Trump narrowly beat Hillary there, and that's not a good thing.
So that depends on whether or not you're going for Hillary.
Well, that's true. That's true. Depending on, if you're looking at it from Donald Trump's point of view, probably not the best thing. Then, for me, when I look at what they did outside of, say, Twitter or Facebook, I was shocked that Trump actually bought a Snapchat filter. I thought that was a good move by him.
Well, one of the things he has to do is find a way to appeal to millennials.
Yeah.
He's locked up the middle-aged white man vote, right? That's all his. But Hillary's team has made a concerted effort to get those people who want to, change the way things are to vote for her. And if Trump is going to win this election, he's going to have to flip that vote. He's absolutely going to have to get younger people. So going after them on Snapchat, I think, was a very smart idea.
Yeah, and I didn't see anything on Instagram. I don't know if you were following on Instagram, but I was shocked by, the use of Snapchat. I thought it was a great idea. I think he could have gone a lot farther. I'm not a big fan of Snapchat. I was just impressed that he was appealing to the millennials, as Justin said, on Snapchat.
Well, and, I think for events like this, and live events, in particular in live events where they're newsworthy, I still think that's where nobody is better than Twitter. Of all the social platforms, and there was some good stuff on Facebook last night, there was some decent stuff on Instagram, but I think Twitter is where the conversation is for events like this, and it's interesting because you saw infighting. Yeah. Usually when you're on Facebook, you're in your echo chamber. You see what your friends have to say, and you follow what that is, and a lot of times you'll have similar political beliefs or values. On Twitter, it's a free-for-all, and last night it most certainly was.
So what can brands take from this experience, this big event, and what similar to Super Bowl, what can they learn about some event like this that they might be participating in the future?
I think that's a great question. I think if you are going to do a live event or have your brand promotion built around a live event, like a Super Bowl, like the Olympics, think of every possible thing that could go right and think of every possible thing that could go wrong and create content around it weeks beforehand so that your social media team knows exactly what they have, that it's ready to go, that you can distribute it at a second's notice, and you're not in a situation where you're scrambling to get something going. Plus, have templates ready, because you never know what is going to happen. So have them loaded up in different photo programs, have them loaded up in your editing programs, so that if somebody says something or something happens, you immediately can turn the switch on and within seconds or minutes have some sort of content to share and get your message or your viewpoint of what happened out there.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I'm surprised more brands aren't doing this. The only thing I'd add to what you said, and I was going to say essentially the same thing, is I would multi-channel. I would go multi-channel with all this content, not just on Twitter. I would be on Snapchat. I would be on Instagram. I would have this content ready for all those different channels immediately. That brings up one thing. The only thing I didn't see was live streaming. I don't know if there was any live streaming that was done during the debates from the candidates' point of view, but that would have been an interesting thing to look at.
I think the only reason there wasn't is because neither team wanted to take away from the focus of watching the actual candidate. I know there was a lot of live streaming post coverage, both from news organizations, from commentators, and the minute the debate was over, they went live. But you really don't want to take any attention away when you have 80 million people watching you.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. What would you do now with the content from the debate? Would you break them up into little snippets of video and start sending them out to your followers on your email list and all that?
They already have. Some of the things I saw last night are on social. Have already been sent out in fundraising emails. I'm on both lists because I like to know what both candidates are saying. And look, there is a lot that has to get done with this content, but this debate will give you enough stuff for the next few weeks until the next debate.
Now, I might still be in a debate hangover, Justin, but I was pretty sure I saw the same email header from both campaigns, Hillary and Donald. Did I make you proud last night?
I don't remember the header, but it would not surprise me.
That's just shocking that they both had the same subject line. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. But I opened both of them because of that title.
It was, look, at the end of the day, you have to give credit to both teams, regardless of whether or not you think Hillary won or lost, or Trump won or lost. The social media teams were on top of things. They were planned out. And whether, again, your issues may be different than what the candidates take, but give credit where credit's due. Organization and intelligence was shown last night by the social teams of both candidates.
Couldn't agree more. Thank you, Justin, for joining me on this post-debate social analysis. And we'll see if we'll try to do the next one too, perhaps. We'll be a little bit more prepared this time.
Maybe we'll live stream immediately after and see how they did their social.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. So thanks again, Justin. Please remember, you want to see more analysis like this, to subscribe right here. Hit this button. You won't regret it. We've got all sorts of tips, tricks, hacks, all sorts of show content, all for you, the marketer.